who I met after the evening program, my friends, family from Canada. How is it to be back?
Oh, it's great. It's really good to be back, especially this is our oldest daughter's first time being here.
Wow.
So it's a really neat experiencing with her for the first time.
Hand it over the microphone. Tell us, what is the experience? First time here. I met your sisters. Beautiful like your sisters, you are.
Thank you.
And how is it to be here?
Oh, it's good.
Why?
I don't know. You find out more about God, and you really see the spiritual battle going on, and God kind of just leading you through to the truth and everything, and that He's always with you, and it's just a nice way to deepen your relationship with God.
Look, a lot of people, you tell them about God, they are ticked off in the West. You talk to him like you know him. They think God the Father is an angry old man with a white beard, mistake, hell. But he's not like that. How is God the Father?
Very forgiving.
Very forgiving?
Yeah.
Can you describe him a little bit for us? Maybe young people listening now? Just in your own words, how you feel. You talk to him. You talk to him like a friend, Jesus, and you ask him, hey, I need help.
Yeah, like anything you need, He's there, and just call on God and anything. And that's what I learned a lot on this pilgrimage, is to look for the signs, and you'll see God everywhere.
And you said you saw the spiritual fight here. How did you see that fight?
Well, I guess, I don't know, sometimes you'll see something really good happen, and then evil won't be far off, but then God's always bringing good out of the evil and always teaching us lessons to deepen our relationship with Him.
Same experience this morning, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And grandfather is here. Granny!
Yeah.
Grandfather,
Grandpa's here
how are
too.
you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm on top of the world.
Why are you on top of the world?
Yes, because I can talk to Mother Mary.
Yeah.
I come here and I talk to Mother Mary and I ask her for special blessings, especially the blessings that people leave here and they forget to take it with them. So I ask, Mother Mary, give me those extra blessings so I can have more for me.
Wow. And it works, the prayer?
Oh, perfect. Yes. Yes.
What do
it
you
works.
tell people? What should they do if they want also this
I tell people, examine your conscience. Yes, think about why are you not in church? Like, think about it. And hopefully they'll realize that, yeah, we have to get back to church because life out here is really short. Yeah.
So true. What you say, so true.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have, is that your daughter or the son?
My son.
The son, now the son, father to the son. Isn't that biblical? Catholic faith for you.
Yep.
He seems to have lived it out for you, no? It seems no friction, you're Catholic, you never went astray?
Well, I had gone astray for a while. I only started, I come back to the faith 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
I had left the church probably because I was full of anger, and then I was angry, so I just went away for a while, and then your life kind of just takes more of things like anger more. I was more angry more, and not as peaceful. And ever since I went back to church and started going to confession every week, God transformed my life to be more peaceful, and the bonds that I broke are slowly coming back together. So
how do they come together? A lot of people want what you have. They're in a state of anger and they want to leave it.
They come together by going. I went to church every day, so I was getting graces, and slowly your family comes back together because of the anger. You know, it separates, and then it comes back together with all the graces that flow from the Mass, from adoration, and from confession. And when you do that, it brings peace to the whole circle around you. So instead of breaking all the ties with everybody, you reconnect with everyone again. So it's been a major change for just the last 6 years. So it can happen for anyone.
I want to add here, yesterday I met an ex-bishop of the Church of Satan. It exists, they have an order, and they said, Satan said to them, all what I want, my disciples they have anger.
Yeah.
You see, I said that there's
Yeah.
division, there's anger, and what follows is total destruction.
Yeah.
So my friends out there, you see the proof in front of you. You can change it.
Yeah.
You can come back together. This man is becoming maybe a priest now himself, totally changed the man.
Yeah.
But he saw the structure, anger.
Yeah.
You become disciples of Satan when you have anger inside of you.
and-
What does Jesus say? I said, in the Mass, all the time, peace, my friends. I
Yeah.
wish you peace. Peace all the time. Keep going.
And the complaining and all that leaves, and you start to be more thankful, and then you start looking, I do have so much around, and when you have the peace, it just flourishes even more. And then I had come to Medjugorje in Thanksgiving, and all I got was way more graces and way more blessings. So like in the Bible it says that one Samaritan that comes back and to say thank you to the Lord, he'll give you a pile more graces just because you're thankful.
And you see it in your life? It's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
It's a spiritual law,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it? When you're
Yeah.
grateful, more flows.
Yeah, and
Marriage is better now.
yeah, marriage and the family is tighter, and it's from the sacraments.
And this
So-
is a living example for them as well.
Yeah, and you're
that
more
you can
joyful.
change. Yeah.
That's the most important. You want joy and fullness of life, and when you're selfish and you always look inwards, you're taking away everything from everybody else. You got to look outwards, and then it'll flourish.
Like when I fall, Jesus said to me, get out of the vicious circle, because then when you fall, you say, oh, and you circle around yourself. He said, pray for all the people who have the same challenge.
Yeah.
And you open already up. And do you see the change? Do you see already the change also?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like in your dad, in
Oh,
your
yeah.
parents? What
Yeah.
happened? How do you see it as a child? What happened then, since 6 years?
Well, just a lot more peace in the family and joy, and we're trying more to get along, right? Like you're trying to follow God's way instead of what you want to do, and it just creates more peace and happiness in the family.
What is God's way? What would you tell people?
Well, to go to church and receive the sacraments to make you stronger, to do God's will, and to not let your emotions get the best of you, and
Exactly.
to think before you speak.
Think before you speak, not like so impulsive. That's what I learned
Yeah,
to not
yeah.
to listen. That's the way of the other side, to be impulsive.
Yes.
3 steps back. The Jewish rabbis said literally in their service, they go 3 steps back. And I asked, Rabbi, why do you do that? And he said, 3 steps back and you see the whole picture. You don't listen to the impulse, you go 3 steps back.
Yeah.
And you saw different in your parents now
Oh,
as
yes,
well?
yes.
In which way do you see difference?
Like what do you mean exactly?
Like they're more joyful?
Oh yes, yeah.
You as a woman, as a girl, you see it.
Yes.
There's a deeper relationship now.
Yeah, oh yes. We were more apart before, and now I'm there just about every day.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And for you? The husband changed, you got a new husband?
Yeah.
What happened? How would you describe it? What happened?
Well, it was very, very difficult going through the anger, and it does, make a lot of division in the family, a lot of hurt, a lot of anger. Then comes the anger just spreads right to everybody.
Everywhere is affected, no?
Yeah. So this way, just him. It was him that decided, like, he's going back to church every day, and so then we started going as a family, and every day, like we miss if we're not feeling well or something, but otherwise that's been our thing.
You always have been? You stayed in the church? You prayed for him?
No, I didn't, because if I went, he would come with me, but be angry, and I said, I'm not going like that. I'm not.
Yeah, because
No.
you want to keep the peace somehow. no?
Yeah. So we have a lot more peace and just more joy, and just the relationships are getting repaired, and the hurts and the church helps you with that. It does. The church helps you to
True. Yeah.
forgive. That's the biggest thing, is forgiveness. And you have to decide to forgive and not let all those past things that happened keep tearing at you and breaking you down. And you just have to, accept that this is what God wants for us, right? In the Our Father we say it every day. And so we have
Somebody out there, remember, what is that?
And then you
About forgiveness.
Yes.
then you have to apologize
Forgive.
to everyone.
Yeah.
So that's humbling too. So that helped too. Like you gotta mean it and be heartfelt. But again, it's all graces that helps. That God heals. If you put Him first, He'll take care of the rest. So
It's amazing what you're saying. And so the sacramental life of the Catholic Church, that's what this channel is about, to bring people into the sacramental life back in order. And actually,
Yes.
is that important?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it brings you joy and it brings you peace. And so many, when you're not in the faith, or you hear others that just say, oh, all these rules, and they think that it just shackles you more, and how God is like a tyrant because He makes all these rules, and if you don't follow it, then you're
The angry old man with the white beard.
Yes, yeah, but it's not like that. You
Explain.
just, as you follow the Catholic Church teachings, you just receive more peace and more joy, and you don't want to displease God anymore.
Yeah.
Because you know it hurts Him, and you just want to love Him like He loves us, and He's always ready to take us back, no matter how many times we've hurt Him, and how many times we fall. He's always there to take us back. He's so merciful and full
How
of
did
love.
you experience that? It seems you experienced Him somehow.
Yeah, I think with the anger, like it's that's one thing we've all had to battle. That demon just came in and went to all of us, and there's still times you know, even with the sacraments, you still have to catch yourself because it comes.
I know it from
He's there.
my journey.
You know, that demon's there, and he's always prowling around, and so you got to catch yourself, and that's where confession's so good, because we do fall, and you have the temptation and you fall, and yeah, you have times of anger or whatever, and then you go to confession and it's like a reboot to the soul, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Out there, my friends, we are all sinners. That's why we are here in front of the church. That's
Yeah.
why it's the confessional we want. So often I go.
Yeah.
That's why we have that.
Yeah.
No? That tools. It's not a limitation. It is the highway to heaven. No?
Yes,
in a
yes.
certain
It's
way.
freedom.
And what would you tell people? Why come to Medjugorje one time?
Well, I guess she could tell it.
Yes, your turn.
Well,
Well, yes, I'm listening.
I guess
Just from the heart.
just to deepen your relationship with God.
Yeah. 99.
Yeah.
Found another one. We found another sheep. Meh. Yeah.
To deepen your relationship with God and to learn more about Him. I mean, that's the whole point, is to learn more about Him. He's always kind of saying, you know, we don't know Him well enough, and we need to read our Bibles and everything, and really get to know Him, so that when we do die, we aren't strangers to God, and we can be welcomed into the gates of heaven.
And what do you take out of this? You're married, you have 2 children, right?
Yes.
And you saw your parents the last 6 years. What do you take for your marriage? Do you take anything out of this?
Well, it takes a lot of work, a lot of patience, and always try to imitate God with love, and to love your spouse the way they are. It's not them that's got to change, it's yourself. To love them as God loves them the way they are.
That's so amazing how you're saying it. I'm in awe. This is like, because she has some authority. Maybe it's the grandfather next to it. Looks even like a priest. What happened here?
Because if you don't go to church and you don't appreciate praising God now,
Yeah.
heaven is not going to be that good for you.
Yeah. It's better to come close here already. And somebody said that Jesus, when you come there and say, oh, I know you, we talked a lot, no?
Yes.
And you talk to him like in the heart, no? Did you ask God, is this my husband? A lot of people here, they look for their partners.
Well,
What do you tell them? Or
I actually found him before coming back to the faith.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he doesn't believe in the faith, but he is supportive of me. He paid for me to come here and was okay with it and everything, and he's amazing.
That's so beautiful.
And I do believe that Mary's going to take care of everything. Anytime there's a doubt or anything, and that's what's so nice, because nowadays there's so much uncertainty, and you just know God's going to take care of it all, and you can just stop worrying and let God take the wheel, and everything's going to be okay.
It's amazing how you say it. And what would you tell young people how to look for a partner? Or what do you learn about marriage so far? You have 2 children now as well.
Well, I would say, like, definitely look for good virtues in them, and kind of, everyone's going to have faults, and just see the ones that you can live with. What is going to be easiest to deal with for you.
Yeah. Because is it true, like somebody said to me, a lady, she said, the shortcomings in marriage, it will be much, much bigger, because when you date, you do your best, and then you let yourself go, and the shortcoming gets, it multiplies. Is that true? I thought it's an interesting perspective.
Well, yeah, I think it would be kind of like, you live together for so long, so you put up with things at first, and then later it might just drive you up the wall or something, right? So it's good to, if it doesn't bother you too much in the beginning, it might bother you later, but not as much as if you're like just fed up from the beginning. You might, it'll be harder later on.
It's like your best friend.
What's that?
They said, I was watching a lot of videos about successful marriage. They say God in the center, same human, best friend. It's they are my
Yes, he is my best
friend. That
Yes.
is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And what do you give us advice? Because the battle is for marriage. Faustina, Saint Lucia, Fatima said the battle is for the marriage. You saw it yourself. It's a battle, no?
Right. Oh, yeah.
The battleground.
Yeah.
Because division, like you said, anger, division, gone. The children affected, but you turned it around and you gave the example, because it happens to all of us, the anger. What do you tell, starting with you, about marriage? What should, maybe out of your experience now?
The biggest thing is praying together as a family. That's also something we do every day.
Wow.
And we set aside the time at 3 o'clock in the day, and even if we're working and stuff, we just say, okay, it's 3 o'clock, we go in, we pray Divine Mercy, and we
Do you
pray.
have a farm, was it like that?
Yeah, we have a farm, and we pray the rosary together, because it says the family that prays together stays together, right? And that's a promise. So that's a big thing, because Mama Mary wants to keep you together, right? So she's going to be there to guide your family and help with those graces to give you to stay strong. And then it's the sacraments and the teachings of the Catholic Church, and all of them, like everything that it teaches about, even things like contraceptive and stuff in marriage, that's true. And you'll have more freedom and love in your marriage, giving to each other fully and completely, how the Church teaches. And that it just has God more centered in your marriage than to help you. Yeah.
And is it true, I read today, somebody wrote on Facebook to the fathers with the daughters, be the father and show the girls, or the boys, how to treat a woman, how you treat your wife. Is that true?
Yes.
Now, would you say that now?
By
Example?
doing the wrong example, it would be a total mess on how. I can't tell them how to live if I can't be an example. So once I started going back 6 years ago, I'm trying to do the best I can to be an example on how to be a loving and protective father, so that they can have fullness of joy in the family and the best at life. That's what God the Father wants. He wants fullness of joy for our families, and the rules are there to help us get it. It's not to suppress us in any way, it's to give us fullness of life. So if we listen to the commandments, and we also do a holy hour, and I find that really helps, because we're trying to do the commandments by putting God first. So we set a time and say, this is time for God, and the graces just keep flowing. I've been to so many holy places around the world. I told her, I don't think we'll ever travel and this and that, and your life leads you. You got to ride the divine current. And by watching Dr. Peter Howard, I got to even know more how special the holy hour is, and been on some trips with them, and they were fantastic. And we did the holy hour on our pilgrimage, and it set the whole tone for the whole day, and just wonderful experience looking around the world, coming to Medjugorje, going to Our Lady of Lourdes in France, and Guadalupe in Spain. And
Where to
then
live in Mexico, you mean?
Yeah,
And in Mexico?
both.
Both? There's in
we
Spain
went
another
to
one?
Mexico.
Okay.
Guadalupe,
You
Spain.
see, I learned.
Yeah, and Guadalupe, Spain was actually there first.
Yeah.
So that's why we went there first and then to Mexico. So we're just learning so much, and this pilgrimage that we've been going around the world is just God leading us, and it's been so wonderful and so full of life and just understanding the world and how everything is so beautiful. To see all these beautiful places I never thought. So it just
Life
really
is crisis and adventure. Yeah,
Yeah.
really?
and so thankful for him loving our family so much. So when you put God first, he will explode the blessings and graces to your family, and you'll live your best life that way. And that's what it's all
amazing.
about.
You are amazing. What can you say? And what at the end, what do you tell young people? What is so beautiful about our faith? Or what changed now here in Medjugorje for you?
Well, I would say beauty, like how God changes your life. You think you're happy before without God, but you find out after it wasn't true happiness. You don't have the constant joy, even when the times are hard to go through, that God gives you the graces to get through it, and you know it's not for nothing. You can offer for the souls in purgatory or for whatever. God gives you suffering so you can use it, and so that you just have constant joy then, because you know it's not for nothing. It's not just an inconvenience in your life.
Beautiful. At the end, why people should come here one time?
Just to experience God, and I mean, Our Lady is here, so why not?
Why not? How do you, people would say, man, she's crazy. Our Lady is here. Where is she? I don't see her. How would you tell them? How is she here? She is here. I feel it too. What would you tell them? How is it for you as a woman that you see she's here?
There's a peace here, and you can feel her presence here. And I mean, Medjugorje has flourished off of her coming here and visiting the visionaries and everything, and it's just, it's really beautiful.
That's it. It's beautiful, no?
Yeah.
And what you tell Mama at the end? Why people should come here?
Oh, I've been here 5 times now. This is my 5th time, yeah. And there's always something. There's always something new to experience, or a different lesson that's taught, and yeah, you feel the peace and the joy, and you just feel that bond with Mary, who brings you closer to her Son.
That's for a Protestant friend. That's her only role. She's not a goddess. She brings us to her
Right.
Son, to
Yeah,
Jesus.
totally.
Don't miss her out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we can say.
Yeah.
What will you tell you when you come back, your friends? What you tell them? Why come here?
It's transforming. Like you get to be in holy places, around people. Is nice too, that you see praying, and at home you don't see that, and you see the fullness of faith here. You see the fruits. So when you're looking why to do something, look for the fruits. And in Medjugorje you see so many people praying, so many people in adoration and confessional.
And even
It's
there, look, there are Muslim people coming, a whole group over there. Let's pray that they all see the beauty as well, the peace.
Yeah, Medjugorje is the largest confessional in the world. Again, more fruits. It's repairing our relationship with God the Father, saying we're sorry we have fallen and we'll do better. And when you do better, then you get the fullness of life.
Wow,
Yeah.
powerful. And we can't forget Daddy, Granddaddy, my hero. Medjugorje, what do you tell people why they should come here?
Really good food.
Good, yes, sure, huh? We like it now. The meat plate
Yes,
with
yes,
French fries,
yes, yes.
no salad.
That's right. That's right. Well, when I come here, there's no distractions.
Yeah.
I'm here totally for Mary and for God and prayers, and if I want to go walk up and down the street, like, there's no distraction. I don't have to be anywhere at any time, and I really like that. Amen.
That's what it is. You can live in the divine timing. No
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah.
Because we are all overloaded with
Yes. Yes, you see so many people way overloaded with stress, and yeah, you just got to let that go.
Yeah, maybe
It's
that's
a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. Maybe that's also the message, no?
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
Medjugorje. Live in the divine timing.
Yeah.
How we met again.
Yeah, I know. Eh?
And what can I say? I'm so happy I met you again. What can I say? Thank you so much. You stand together. Miracle, he's walking. It's a miracle. Thank you so much for that interview.